Welcome, everyone. Hello, happy Sunday and happy sparkling success Sunday. So these are the times where I'm going to be here every Sunday to talk about a wine. Maybe it'll be sparkling, maybe it won't, but it's sparkling is in the name because it's an ode to sparkling wine. And then we're also going to share a success principle from the success principles, which is a set of principles that I love and follow. They're really powerful for every area of your life. And, we'll sit here and talk about that and set you up for the week every Sunday. So, today I am drinking a really beautiful white wine. It is crisp and lovely. It is brand new. It's the DeLoach Trilogy. And this is a blend of three Pinot varieties. So, varietals. It is Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, and Pinot Noir. So we're used to Pinot Gris definitely presses out and becomes a white wine. Pinot Blanc, a green-skinned grape presses and becomes a white wine. The Pinot Noir we're used to as a red wine. Usually Pinot Noir, we allow the juice to ferment and sit on its skins and stems and become a red wine, a lighter bodied red wine or a medium bodied red wine. In this case, we did not let the juice sit on its skins. So it presses out and it remains as a white wine. Super interesting. And actually, I wish I had a visual to show you a little bit more about that. But what this wine produces is a very crisp, light white wine, high acidity, and truly refreshing, which is why, frankly, I'm out here on the balcony on the deck because I thought it was the perfect place to enjoy this wine. So yes, this is the this is the Trilogy white wine blend. 33% Pinot Blanc, 33% Pinot Noir, and 33% Pinot Gris with a little tiny dash of Sauvignon Blanc thrown in and a dash of Roussanne thrown in as well to round out that blend. Awesome. The other reason why I'm here, I want to share with you, I'm doing the Emerging Entrepreneur Online series and interviewing a lot of experts who are absolutely wonderful. And this past week, I had the pleasure of working with interviewing Sherelle Slays, who is a prominent direct sales trainer and leader. And one of the things we talked about was the power of personal leadership. And one of the ways that you develop your own personal leadership is really honoring who you are and showing up as who you are and, honoring your word. And so I started the Sparkling Success Sundays a couple weeks ago with the intention of doing them every Sunday. But as we know, things get in the way, traveling, all kinds of things, and I have not picked it up since. So I'm going to follow my own advice, which was one of the ways to develop your own personal leadership is to honor yourself and your word and, show up when you say you're going to show up. So that is why I am here today, making sure it's Sunday and I'm here. So with that, today's success principle, we're actually on principle number 2, which is be clear why you're here. And this principle is all about finding your life purpose and following it. So it's really important, I guess you could say, to really understand, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What has you wake up in the morning and do the things you got to do in the day and actually, have those things be toward a bigger picture. Have those things be in service of yourself and, what you are intended to do on the planet while you're here. So principle number 2, be clear why you're here, is it really one of those, again, first initial steps to going forward in terms of following your dreams, fulfilling on your goals, taking those important actions, even when they are uncomfortable, showing up just, as a true, authentic expression of yourself. So we do an exercise, and I'm out here in the beautiful wind. We do an exercise to discover your life purpose. And I do this in the Elevated Aliveness workshops, and also it's in some of Jack Canfield's books. And it's really a several step process to ask yourself some questions about, what are some qualities? How, name 2 qualities on how you would describe yourself and write those down. What are your unique ways of doing things in the world? Like your unique, what you can do, I think, for me, it's being, to inspire and empower. And then also, what are the perfect ways that you imagine the world? If everything was perfect in your eyes, how would you describe that? So you want to do that and put it all together to come up with your life purpose statement. And I am actually not including all the steps here, and it's not complete exercise at this moment, but let's see, I think I'm trying to see if I have it in another video. But let me share with you here, like what some of the steps are to get to your life purpose. And this takes some time. So this is just something to practice at right now. But again, you're going to list and identify 2 of your personal qualities, unique personal qualities, 2 ways that you enjoy expressing those qualities in the world. And imagine, how would the world look to you if everything was perfect and good in the way that you wanted to see them? And then put those things together and see what you come up with. And does it reflect who you uniquely are in the world and your purpose? So with that, I'm going to leave you with that as something to look at. And cheers to our next week. All right. Bye.